Good afternoon, dear listeners and viewers. Good afternoon, dear listeners and viewers of Equinoxe Multimedia. Thanks for joining us on the program You and the Health. For presentation, I am Lucy Liengu. In Cameroon and the world at large, there are several delivery methods, but it is important to know which of these delivery methods will suit a woman at a given time. And in this edition of the program, we will be looking at the types of delivery methods that exist. With me here in the studio is my co-host Emakule Fogwe. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you, Lucy Liengu. Good afternoon, dear viewers and, of course, listeners. Thank you so much for joining us on today's edition of the program You and Your Health. And today we'll be having as guest Dr. Philbert Eko, a community and reproductive health specialist.
Okay. Hello, doctor.
Yeah, thank you. Good afternoon, and good afternoon to you in studio and also to our listeners.
Thank you very much, Doctor, for joining us on today's program, You and the Health. Dr. Straight we'll begin with our questions. Doctor, what are the different types of delivery method that exist?
Yes, thank you very much for inviting me to participate on this program that is listened by a wide range of persons. Today is a very interesting one, delivery and the different methods. Simply, I want to say two major types of delivery. Vaginal delivery and surgical delivery, that is called cesarean section. Vaginal delivery can also be separated into either a breech delivery that you come out with the legs, or a cephalic delivery that you're coming out with the head. And coming out as a vaginal delivery, it can be spontaneous without any manipulation, the same as we might go through some manipulations using instruments that we call instrumental delivery, or we do some maneuvers for the baby to come out. So this is the simplest way that I can present the types of delivery.
Okay, doctor, among the ones you just made mention of, which of them are very common in Cameroon? Or which is very common in Cameroon?
Certainly, vaginal delivery is the most common. Not only vaginal, but vaginal cephalic delivery and non-instrumental is the most common. It means the lady comes and spontaneously the baby comes out through the head without any manipulation. That is most common, of course, and that is what is instituted by God. All the other ones are delivery that cannot go naturally and spontaneously, and we have to use our intelligence as medical doctors to carry out different modalities to execute the delivery.
Okay, Dr. Philbert, let's now talk detailedly about vaginal delivery. What are the different stages a pregnant woman is supposed to go through when vaginal delivery is concerned?
Yes, thank you very much. The first thing I want to make, in principle, delivery is the end stage of a pregnancy. The delivery can be premature, or it can be term, or it can be post-term. What do I mean? It means the delivery can come before 30 weeks, from 28 weeks right up to 36 weeks. We call that a premature delivery.
Okay.
From 37 weeks right up to 42 weeks is a term delivery, because that is the normal age of a pregnancy that a woman, in principle, is supposed to be delivered. After 42 weeks, we call it a post-term delivery. It means the baby has stayed in the womb more than the time that the woman has to stay in the womb. We call it a post-term delivery. All the different times of ages in the uterus has their consequences. Now, the stages when the woman is in the time of going to delivery, the stages are the stage 1, the stage 2, and the stage 3. Stage 1 one is the time that the woman is contracting. When you are in labor and you're contracting, you are in the stage 1 of delivery. Until you reach complete dilatation. Complete dilatation is that you are the time that the baby is ready to come out. Stage 2 is the time when you are on complete dilatation to the time that the baby completely comes out. That is stage 2. And stage 3, because the delivery has not finished when the baby comes out. The major part of delivery is not when the baby comes out. The delivery finishes when the placenta comes out.
Okay.
So the third stage is the time that we deliver the placenta. So you see that vaginal delivery is divided into 3 stages. Stage 1, when you are dilating. Dilating is the opening of the cervix. When the cervix is opening from its closed nature to when it's complete at 10 centimeters. Stage 2 is from that 10 centimeters through the period that the baby completely comes out. And stage 3 is immediately after the baby completely comes out till when the placenta also completely comes out. Those are the 3 different stages of vaginal delivery.
So what can happen if a pregnant woman who is in labor room does not push as demanded by his or her midwife?
Thank you. This is one of a very pertinent question. Of course, the midwife will ask the pregnant woman or the woman in labor to start pushing when the dilatation is complete, when they are at stage 2. When it is before stage 2, the woman pushes will not lead to any delivery. Instead, it might complicate the delivery. So, in the normal terms, the midwife or the staff that is carrying out the delivery will ask the woman to push when it is completely dilated. Of course, you need many forces for the baby to come out. You need the force of contraction, which might not be very sufficient. So that is why they will ask the woman to push. If you don't push, certainly the baby will take more time blocked in the vagina before coming out. And when the baby is in the vagina, the nostrils of the baby is pressed towards the wall of the vagina. So the baby cannot breathe for a very long time. So if you stay in that position for so long, the baby will have the tendency of having a problem with the respiration. And these are the babies that usually come out with severe fetal distress, which obviously can lead to early neonatal death or even cerebral complications if the baby does not die during the early childhood.
Okay, doctor, is waterbirth delivery same as vaginal delivery?
Yeah, thank you. Vaginal, yes. Water-based delivery is a type of vaginal delivery.
Okay.
Because water-based is not done through cesarean. As I said, there are 2 major types. Either it's surgical, they open your abdomen and they remove the baby upwards or downwards to the vagina. Now it has been proven that you can deliver in water. Delivering in water enhances the pain that you feel during labor. But the person who is carrying out the delivery must be well trained to do that. If not, maybe many problems might occur with the mother and the baby. Yes, but it's a type of vaginal delivery that has been proven to alleviate the threshold of the pain that this woman can feel during labor and delivery.
Okay, doctor, we also like to understand what is a cesarean section.
Yes, thank you very much. We've just finished one part of the delivery, which is vaginal delivery.
Exactly.
Of course, all what we've talked is normal vaginal delivery because, as I said, there is breech that can come out with the limbs, with the legs. And the same as you can use instruments. We have different types of instruments that you can use to execute vaginal delivery. Now, cesarean section is the other type, which is the surgical delivery. What is it? It is a technique that has been instituted by us to open the abdomen of the woman, open the womb of the woman for the purpose of extracting a baby that has difficulty to come out vaginally. So if the baby has difficulty to come out vaginally, or even if the baby can come out vaginally, but the complications or the risk of complications are high, we think that it is safer to take out the baby from above and go through a cesarean section, which is opening up of the uterus, of the abdomen, that we call laparotomy. The same again, opening up of the womb, that we call hysterotomy, for the extraction of a baby or babies.
Doctor, tell us, what are some risks associated to this type of delivery?
The risks are manifold. The risk will depend on either the surgery itself or the surrounding conditions to the surgery. The surrounding conditions are what? The first surrounding condition is anesthesia. So anesthetic complications do exist, depending on the type of anesthesia. Now there are about 3 types of anesthesia that can be given for a woman to go through cesarean section. There's what we call spinal anesthesia, which is locoregional. They inject you on the back, and you are upright, you hear, you see everything that is happening. Or there's what we call peridural. Peridural is almost the same, but it has a lesser effect to the paralysis of the woman. And then you also have general anesthesia, that they put you to sleep. All these anesthesias might have complications depending on the individual. Now you have complications of the surgery itself. Complications of the surgery can be immediate, can be delayed. So you might have immediate complications, you might have early complications, and you might have late complications, depending on the surgery. The complications might affect the uterus, might affect the baby, or might affect trauma to other organs around, like the intestines, like the bladder. So these are things that can occur during the surgery. Now, after surgery, complications can still occur. The woman can bleed and bleed constantly because...
Doctor, we're coming back to you. We have a call on the line. We'll take this lone caller. Hello?
Hello.
Yes, hello, madam. Your name, where you're calling from, and your question.
Hello.
Hello, do you get us? Are you getting us?
Can you increase your volume, please? We can't get you clearly. Hello? Can you increase your volume, madam? Your volume is very low. Can you increase your voice? Okay, we'll be coming back to those callers. Back to you, Dr. Philbert. We're talking about C-section. We just lost that caller.
Yes, I said the complications can, of course, we've talked about the surrounding, and during surgery, you can have an immediate complication, which we've cited. You have early complications, which might be due to the uterus not contracting, and the woman bleeds and bleeds and bleeds. The same as you might have late complications. Late complications are complications that might lead to infection inside and also the wound healing. And there are complications that might also lead to occur from blood clots. Your blood might have a lot of clots and cause what we call a thromboembolic disease, which is also a type of complication. So the complications are multifold, and there's some that are very serious and very severe, and there's some that are mild. Of course, the end complication is you might die. You might die through a cesarean section. Of course, it can occur.
For sure.
And again, because cesarean section might limit the number of babies you can have, because it might limit the number of vaginal deliveries. Again, that's normal deliveries that you can have.
Limit
Because
to how many? When you talk about limit?
We cannot determine, because it would depend on first what will remain after a cesarean section. The first thing that happens is when you are operated, there is a tendency that you develop adhesions. Adhesions are things that causes another cesarean section to be extremely difficult. So when they are going for a second cesarean section, if the surgeon or the obstetrician who is operating who can tell you that with this one, the way the lower segment of your uterus is, the way the adhesions are, I don't advise you to conceive again. But we cannot limit you to a certain number of deliveries. Before we say 3 deliveries, but no, you can have more than 3. You might have there are publications of 10 cesarean sessions, so we cannot limit you to 2 to 3, but it will limit you depending on what we will see when we go in for another cesarean session. We can tell you that it's very risky for you to conceive again because it will be difficult for a surgeon to go into this abdomen. It will cost you more harm, or you might rupture a uterus because the uterus has become so light that will not be able to carry on another baby.
Okay, Lucy, we are left to less than 1 minute.
1 minute.
And we know this topic is really broad. I think
course.
next week we'll have to still expatiate on the same topic. What do you think?
Yeah, we have to, but before we go, doctor would like to know, because some women complain that they are being imposed by hospitals to have a C-section so as to make money, or is it really true? Is that aspect very true of what some women think out there?
I cannot say it's true the same as I cannot say it's a lie. You know, when we take certain decisions, you are the one taking the decision, and you, first of all, you alone and God knows that the decision you're taking is real or not real.
Yeah.
But we should understand that I want to think that no conscious medical doctor, well trained, will just take a woman on the table to operate just for the sake of operating.
Thank you so much, Doctor. We are left with some few seconds. Lucy?
Yeah, thank you very much, Dr. Philbert, for being part of this program today. We have come to the end of the program, You and the Health. Thank you very much, Immaculate Fogwe. Any last word for our viewers?
Thank you so much for listening, and for those on radio and for our televiewers, we say thank you. And we thank our special technician, Raphael Dipanda, who was there at the console for everything that's happening today.
Yeah.
That's what put an end to today's edition of the program, You and Your Health. Stay tuned to more interesting programs on Equinoxe Radio and, of course, television.